when we're talking about recruiting, you get the young kid who really wants to play, who might not be the blue chipper, but has all this changed his or her possibility of actually making it and getting a scholarship at a decent school?
No doubt, no doubt, it has. And but that's that trickle down process. I mean, you're only going to take those elite. You take a look. And now, when they do these rankings of high school kids, I see nationally, they they put a value, they put his NIL value on it, and that's where it's really gotten out of hand. I said, you know what? When this all started a couple of years ago, I said, somebody goes, well, it's going to soon come to high school. It's like, I don't see that. But
So
there
it's
you
there.
are when they're coming out, when Rivals or
It's there.
On 3 or 247 are coming out with their top 50 players, and then on the far right column putting what an NIL value coming out of school. I mean, that makes a difference, because you know what? There's a couple of kids that went to Ohio State this year that were going to probably stay in state here in Florida, but they were offered more money. And that isn't that crazy? But that's the deal now. That's
Pete,
the
there we
deal.
go. I mean, that's something that
Yeah.
we need to talk about even more as well. Money
Right.
now to play at high school. I mean, Larry and I have been talking about this for decades, and there are certain high schools where there's a lot of money that changes hands quietly under the table. It always has. Now with the NIL money, it doesn't have to be under the table anymore. Here, kid, come play for Miami Christian, or
It's already
come play for
happening.
one of these right now. Boom, here's
It's
$1,000
already
and do it.
happening. But the other thing I think
Yes.
it hurts recruiting. The other thing that hurts recruiting, Larry, tell me if I'm wrong. You know what the problem is now is there's also, I hate to say it, sound like that guy, but they don't want to compete anymore. You get a guy, you're in a situation, right? Like Bo Nix, you lose your job. Yours is going to be a starter, but Arch Manning, I mean, as soon as there's a little bit of controversy or you're not playing that well and Coach Widget puts in somebody up, I got to transfer. Whatever happened to compete? You look at the University of Miami in 2001, when Gore's like your fourth string running back. And, back then, I mean, nobody
It
tried
ain't happening like that
you
anymore.
tried to compete. You competed. Tom Brady was fourth at Michigan. You worked your way up. That's all gone now.